Hey everyone, Bpoint5. I have a very special guest today, my friend Grant, who is a fucking avid fucking WWE fan, or wrestling fan in general.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I bet you didn't even watch ROH, fucking noob, or IWP, or PMM, or CAQ.
What are those words you're saying?
Fucking nerd. Anyway, so we're just gonna talk about wrestling. This little podcast we have going, our views on it and stuff that's happened recently.
Pretty much imagine us as like the whole effing show, just less controversial, less good. We don't call it people who are obsessed with Jeff Hardy and harass him, or try to pick fights on Twitter.
Yeah. So we're just some chill guys just talk about this weird theater thing we watch.
Exactly.
So this past Monday, nothing happened.
Yep, pretty much same as kind of every Raw. Nothing ever really truly happens unless they realize how much they're messing up, so they just put the title on the guy that they kind of think.
That was weird to me because I remember the last pay-per-view I saw was obviously the one that was on TLC.
Yeah.
And so they were doing the whole thing of they put Sheamus against Roman because they thought people would cheer Roman to boo Sheamus kind of deal. But since that match happened and nobody gave a fuck in the entire crowd, they just said fuck it, we'll just put the title on him the next day.
Exactly.
And they did, and then suddenly now Roman is fucking huge. He's getting cheered everywhere he goes. And they finally discover to make him fucking awesome, people can like him, they made him a fucking badass.
Exactly.
You know I'm not a huge fan of Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
But even I can he's kind of cool.
Yeah. He's basically now the Samoan Super Cena.
Yeah, or Samoan Stone Cold kind of deal.
Exactly, yeah.
Get rid of my gum.
All right, let's see. We're just going to be doing a little bit of matches. I've chosen Hell in a Cell because, so much happens at Hell in a Cell. Well, at least used to.
Yeah. What was the last Hell in a Cell match?
It was probably the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was a pay-per-view.
It was Brock and Undertaker.
Brock and Taker. I remember going back and watching that because when I watch WWE pay-per-views, I watch them passively, meaning they're just kind of on for me. I don't really pay too much attention.
By the way, apparently that one match of the year, it was one of them. I'm pretty sure it was their Hell in a Cell match, one match of the year, which I'm not 100% on. I wish it would have been a NXT match, because if you watched their takeover of London, it was great.
Yeah. I will argue as much as Takeover London was awesome, I will say it's not their best one.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not their best one, but it's still better than 50% of their crap. I mean, I'm on corporate Kane here, and I just think of the past year of horribleness of him in slacks, and it just doesn't resonate well with me.
No. I think NXT has its own award thing because they asked people to do a poll on their website or something weird like that. I think it's its own separate entity. I'm going to go through the matches of the year candidates. It's Team Cena versus Team Authority at the Survivor Series.
Which, by the way, Goldust looks like he's in blackface right now, and I'm very uncomfortable with that. Why is this a thing? Bring back Goldust from the 90s with the bad Bond wig. Anyway, continue.
Wait a minute. This is the wrong website. This is for the 2014 Slammies. What the fuck? How could I forget? Dolph Ziggler was important back in 2014, kind of.
Oh, God. Poor
Ziggler.
Poor Ziggler, man. He just kind of got the shaft.
2014, he fucking closed out the Survivor Series. He got rid of the Authority.
Exactly. He was the lone survivor in Team Cena. And he out Super Cena.
Yeah.
And then they're like, let's make a feud with the big-ass hairy dude. Rusev.
Yeah.
It's
that fucking angle was the shits. Not the shit, the shit. It's so fucking bad. It was such a giant fucking mess up. And Lana, she did we're engaged on she did the whole thing on Instagram with it.
Yeah, exactly. It's people look, everyone knows wrestling's basically an act, but kayfabe's mildly important.
Somewhat. I have a thing of kayfabe it's you don't really need to uphold it so fucking much, but I think it's still somewhat a little bit important. Because we knew they were dating in real life.
Yeah.
So it's whatever. But WWE felt the need. The reason why I view the whole Lana thing as a bad thing now is because they forced WWE to change up the whole thing and made it fucking stupid.
Exactly. And plus, look, we all know Summer Rae and Rusev wasn't going to work.
No.
We knew that, but at least keep it going to make it feel like it may work.
No, there was no point it was ever going to work. Remember that one time he presented her with a fish?
Yeah.
That was a weird thing.
Very weird. Very, very weird.
And so, I guess that leads us to the League of Nations, where nothing happens with that. I think that may be not the worst heel faction in WWE history, but the least important.
Yeah, whenever I see the League of Nations, all I see is this group of guys that WWE has failed on. Like King Barrett. Poor King Barrett. He was so promising. It's kind of like having a friend in high school who had a high school football scholarship and then just works at the fucking gas station.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you could have been so much, but then life or like Vince McMahon's crappy creative decisions just brought you down. And then we have Sheamus with his troll doll hair, and then we have Rusev, which Rusev can be good, but like they keep pairing them up in the same like two big men going at each other matches, and then you have freaking Alberto Del Tano over here looking like the burnt roast beef I kept in the crock pot last night.
Dude is darker than Roman.
Yeah, really, and I don't really like that. I mean, I know people are saying that he's smaller now, and I don't mind him being smaller, but it's like he just doesn't look good. I mean, I get he's tanner, that's not bad,
and
but
he's a lot more toned.
Yeah. He is a lot more toned, and also Zeb Coulter kind of got the shaft too in that.
Yeah,
what happened to New Mex America? Like that was the thing that happened for like a month. Like
Mex America. I thought they were gonna bring people into like, oh, they're gonna have the Lucha Dragons into that, and then they can have
Exactly. It's like, and then they can all face a Donald Trump lookalike, you know?
Yeah. Or they can bring back the fake Rosie O'Donnell, fake Donald Trump from like 8 years ago.
There you go. Boom.
I really did like Zeb Coulter for as much as a xenophobic little man he was.
Mm-hmm.
I did like him. He was a good mouthpiece for a guy who couldn't fucking talk.
Exactly, because every single time I hear Alberto Del Rio talk, I cringe a little bit, and it kills me inside.
He's very one-dimensional.
Yeah, he is. Look, like, I don't mind his accent, it's fine, but it's like, he doesn't talk about a lot of stuff. No. Like most of the time, he's like, yeah, I'm the Mexican character. And then that's his entire thing.
Yeah, I did hear, like, I think last week when Cena had, like, he accepted his open challenge or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he had, like, a really passionate promo that I didn't see. I probably should go back and watch that. But one shining moment out of, like, a career of blandness, I don't think fixes anything.
Oh, hell no. I mean, look at basically anyone that was in the Spirit Squad besides Dolph Ziggler. I mean, growing up, I love that stable, but still at the same time, nothing ever really came out of them.
Except Dolph Ziggler.
But
then nothing came out of Dolph Ziggler for a while.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Dolph.
I feel bad for anyone who's small in WWE, meaning like size-wise, because they put all these titles on all these, the quote-unquote new guys. Like, you know, Dolph Ziggler isn't relatively new. He's been there for 10 years now, because the Suicide Squad was like a 2006 thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
He won the world title a couple years ago.
Yeah, off of Money in the Bank, which I think he's better than that. WWE knows he's better than that.
Yeah, but I think the internet made him the quintessential Mr. Money in the Bank with all those memes, like, I'm here to cash in. Like, it's always Dolph Ziggler.
Exactly.
So he's the quintessential Mr. Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Dolph at this point is kind of like that one guy that just gets shit on all the time. Yeah. But he's a good guy. Like, he's the friend. Like, if WWE Creative was a girl, like a dime piece girl, Dolph Ziggler is the friend that helps her move, wants to get with her, but he doesn't want to be mean about it.
Yeah, he's just like, he's doing all these nice things in the hope that she'll notice him, him.
He's basically me in high school. It's like, oh yeah, I'll totally hold your purse while you and your boyfriend make out in the broom closet, and then the boyfriend's like Brock Lesnar.
He's the gay best friend, minus being gay.
Yeah, exactly. He's the gay best friend WWE never had.
Yeah. And then he got injured after he got the title, and then they gave the whole thing to Bryan, both the World Championship and then later on the Intercontinental Championship, and both times he got injured.
Yeah, exactly.
Like right after.
And also, talk about WWE not listening to their fans. It takes a shoot promo to make everything better, because before we came over here, I was watching a bunch of shoot promos with, like, you know, Paul Heyman, CM Punk, not the pipe bomb, because there's better shoot promos than the pipe bomb with CM Punk and Cena. I was watching the one with CM Punk versus Triple H before their match. I believe it was at Summer. Yeah, Night at Champions, and it was a good promo. It was real. I actually felt like they hated each other, which, I mean, let's be honest, they do.
Oh, they totally fucking do. There's no way.
Oh yeah, and plus, like, now now even then, I kind of feel like WWE and CM Punk kind of got the shaft of that deal because Dana White is coming out with a new like
Who?
Dana White,
Dana White. I said Daniel White. I'm like, you got
Daniel White. Yes, no. Dana White's coming out with this new documentary apparently, and like he watches the guy do his first fight, and like everybody wants a shot at CM Punk. It's kind of like saying that they want a shot at the UFC title or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, look, that's cool and all, but you know, and now he's made himself a mark. WWE's struggling again. I mean, Daniel Bryan got a title shot out of it, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, let's not focus on the past. Let's focus on the present. Raw, they announced the Royal Rumble match is going to be for the championship, which, I mean, it sounds great. It sounds great on paper. It's going to be weird to see it actually happen in reality.
Yeah, because you're going to have those guys who have no business in a championship match. Like, fucking El Torito comes in at number 15 or whatever the fuck, just to be a surprise.
Yeah,
then
exactly.
WWE, on paper, as I say, El Torito was in a WWE World Heavyweight Championship match.
Yeah.
And I don't like that because I know who's going to win. It's going to be Roman, of course.
Yeah, exactly. It's either going to be Roman, or if WWE has the balls and guts, they're gonna have him either lose it or keep it, but make somebody turn heel, whether it be the Usos, whether it be Dean, or Dean may win it, and then Roman turns heel, which I highly doubt they're going to do because God knows WWE doesn't like that type of press.
No, because they spent all this time trying to make people like him, then they're just going to immediately go and,
exactly
turn him heel. And going back to, like, we thought that was going to initially happen at the Survivor Series.
No, but then, of course, they had to choose the safest option.
The safest fucking option that could have ever have been laid out. Survivor Series really turned me off of wrestling for a while. It was a bad pay-per-view, in my opinion. I think it was really
exactly.
bad.
Well, all their stuff's really kind of been just a bad pay-per-view. Their last really kind of good pay-per-view, I think, was Money in the Bank with it was Ambrose versus Rollins in the in the championship match, and it was a good angle because Dean got the recognition he deserved, and plus it was good to have him kind of play keep away with the championship. It was a good time.
I did feel like there's nothing. I don't think I remember that one too well because all I remember from Ambrose versus Rollins, there was never a solid conclusion.
Yeah, no, it was just kind of like, okay, I have the championship back. Fuck you, Ambrose. You know.
Uh-huh.